Oops. Hello everyone, hello. Let's get started with the show. The show has been unveiled. And today we're doing what? Talking what? I've been pondering lately on the point what to pitch here for today and just came up with some idea. Probably we will peruse some or review some films, some movies from not a long time ago being made actually we can dive more deeply into passengers those movies that are made in the 80s 70s and 90s and are at present day they consider to be from 2000 and so on to the right up to the sorry, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Kind of got a phone call, a very just phone call regarding my searching for my job, and that was important, and that's why I picked up the headset and answered and replied. I had a talk with the recruiter, and she talked to me very gently and listened to whatever I was saying, just very delicately, and diving into details, asking something in response. And there was a mutual conversation going two ways, not only one way from me to her, both ways. She replied, or I replied, that was pretty good and constructive in ways that are I imply by this constructive term that was that conversation kind of thing. And now I'm back again to describe what I was gonna say. You remember? Yeah, we were talking around movies, how to maybe review them and just superficially, maybe not a full extent, but we will do that. Let's start with what I remember pretty vividly. I rewatch it every like 2 months, or even every month. Not even 1 month, maybe every 3 months I watch it again. That movie is called Birdman. Made it in 2014. There is Edward Norton starring there. There is performing a very talented, gifted theater actor, and another guy who was playing, namely that Birdman character. That was who that was. Remember what? Um, he was playing actually Batman in the early 90s. I don't remember his name. It doesn't come up to my mind, or for some odd reason, because I was overwhelmed with that talking with that gal just 2 minutes ago, and say what I was gonna say. Yeah, and I actually like her, and Edward Norton acts in his whatever roles he gets, and that namely role we were talking around. We are now talking about that was pretty just thing that stuck to me deeply and no can do, because I like his acting, his attitude, his exposure to the full extent to whatever scene he makes. He's all there making no false lines, false expressions, impressions, whatever. So I like him a lot how he does his not even job, he lives that life, or whatever character he acts, or he's all there and lives the life of that, and lives the life, excuse me, of that character. And I remember that scene that was there. The scene was he was staying on the boards of some theater, and that another guy, Birdman, invited him to be there just to drill or summer scene, or rehearse it for future performance, or the night they were about to present the play for the first time, or like first release, and they were rehearsing that scene or crucial scene of that play, and they were staying on both they were staying both on those boards that theater, and they were getting back and forth about the characters' lines, and or I remember what they were saying, and Norton was like, "Fill me line, fill me line, fill me line," and it was he gave him something. And it was like, "Is that real? That thing, true love they're talking about here?" What is it, true love? And it's blah 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 blah. And they were talking about true love, what it means, what it doesn't mean, and stuff. And after that, they rehearsed some another lines, and he was like, Norton Uh, do not get upon, do not get upon here knowing lines, do we? Do not here get upon knowing lines, do we? And it's like a reproach to that Birdman guy. He was drilling very deeply into that stuff. That's again Norton said, do not get upon here knowing lines, or like replying to that replica of him, of that Birdman guy, overreacting in a way. That was just him, and that was that, because that was true acting. That was, and I remember another scene, like sitting around the table, round table, all the members of that play separately playing different characters, and there was an two gals and two men. And two men, one of them was Norton, another guy was that guy that was playing Birdman, and there's two gals there. I remember their names, and Norton's character, in fact, in the scene, one of those gals. Beneath the veil, beneath the blanket, thanks God, and he was like standing up with his dick being erected and going up to the viewers right on the brink of the boards, and they were laughing a lot because of his dick being erected. Surely it wasn't the real dick, but they put some stuff there to be hard and depict that dick, and I was laughing a lot. Everyone was laughing a lot about that scene, and me included. So anyway, getting back to that scene, they were sitting around the table, around a round table, and that guy was supposed to drink whiskey in that scene, Berman's character, yeah, and. No, Norton's character, and he was supposed to drink like whiskey in the scene, but it's presumably supposed to be that he drinks water in the scene, not a real whiskey, but he fucking drank a little real whiskey, and he got drunk right on the boards when the play was unveiling in front of viewers in real time, and he was drunk, and other members of that scene were asking him, did you fucking get drunk or what? Did you drink that real whiskey? He did. He said, well, yeah, I did, because I was supposed to be that way. I was supposed to fucking drink that real whiskey, so I did. Why ask? And that was a little fun, and that was unusual, because that guy wasn't justifying himself for that kind of misdoing because he drank a real whiskey. He was just standing there and explaining stuff, what he should have been doing, what he shouldn't been doing, and stuff that rolls around that drinking whiskey point and other stuff. And then other guy, he shook the cupboard, staying on the background of that set of the things on the scene, and he was shaking that wardrobe, not a wardrobe, cupboard. I don't know why he did that, and there was like a real chicken fell out of that cupboard. No, not on, maybe fridge, not on the cupboard, because chicken wouldn't be laying there on that cupboard. That was a fridge. He opened the fridge, so the chicken fell off on the ground. They initiated a scuffle, kind of like a little arguing back and forth, because that chicken fell right after he announced that he drank real whiskey, and was in sequence very funny, very rapid, very natural, because of their inestimable acting. All those actors they were good, and Edward Norton was definitely the best of them all. And that another guy, I don't remember his name now. So let's finalize this shit up tonight. It's not so shitty as it could have been, and that's just me for talking things and speaking American and practicing American, doing American, whatever we were doing. You were good about it. I was good about it. We all good around whatever we're doing right now. I don't fucking know what we're doing, but I'm practicing my American. That being said, a little rubbish. That's really my floor right now. It doesn't work ways anymore. We can do it our ways, whatever we want. Be a good girl, stay tuned. Thanks again for being with me for whatever you're doing. Be good, I get girl, stay tuned, and thanks again. See you around, guys very soon. Be good.